My name is Denise Mikami. Today I'm going to be discussing who I am, what career I am pursuing, what I need to do to reach that goal, and where I expect to be in 3 to 5 and 10 years. So who I am. In Urie Bronfenbrenner's ecological model, he states that the immediate environment of the microsystem that proximal processes operate to produce and sustain development, but the power to do so depends on the content and structure of microsystems. By analyzing the components of my microsystem through the lens of Bronfenbrenner ecological model, my microsystem reveals the relationships that have contributed to my development negatively and positively. For example, I didn't have either one of my parents raise me. Rather, I had grandparents that were very emotionally and physically abusive, and that defined who I was for the majority of my life. Constantly struggling with the fact if I was good enough, if I could pursue a career in education, could I really be a teacher? Did I have the skills and the personality to do so? And I didn't realize how much it had affected me until I became a mother. And I am a mother with a 4-year-old son. I'm also pregnant with my second son. And I'm also a wife today. And it's such a drastic difference to be a parent myself and to see how my current relationships have defined me in a completely different aspect. And so according to Urie Bronfenbrenner's ecological model again, he includes the chronosystem, which encompasses change or consistency over time, not only in the characteristics of the person, but also of the environment in which the person lives. My chronosystem reveals how addiction has not only affected myself, but my parents as well. My parents' addiction is the reason why they were not able to raise me. And I personally struggled with drug addiction for nearly 12 years. And I didn't even get clean from drugs until my first son was born, or prior to my first son being born. I had also lost my dad 2 weeks before I turned 16, which still continues to impact my life. Even though my dad may have struggled with addiction, he still wanted to be a father in the best capacity that he could be. And so I was very close with my father. In analyzing my life through the lens of Urie Bronfenbrenner's ecological model, it reveals how my interactions and relationships have defined my passions and biases as well. I'm driven towards a career that will allow me to work with children as an educator, yet I still carry biases towards those who may be different from who I am because of my past trauma. The career that I am trying to pursue is within elementary education, which has been a goal of mine since I was a teenager. Through taking personality tests, I have learned that I'm introverted in unfamiliar situations, but once I feel comfortable, I'm more extroverted. So according to Timothy Judge and John Kameyer-Mueller, extroversion and its facets appear to be positively related to intrinsic career success. So it will be essential to my career development that I work on becoming more extroverted in unfamiliar circumstances and situations. I will also need to break away from any implicit biases that I may hold on to currently, as I plan to create a diverse and culturally dynamic classroom setting to where all of my students can feel comfortable and safe and thrive within that diversity, and realize that our differences are what can unite us. Verna Meyer said, "So go away from your comfort into a bigger, brighter thing, because that is how we will stop another Ferguson from happening." And it is so important that we are able to be in a place in our lives as educators to not only realize what impacts our lives, but what our biases are, so we're not inflicting those biases unintentionally onto our students, and again, to create an environment of cultural acceptance and diversity and inclusivity. What I need to reach my goal. I will need to continue working towards completing my bachelor's degree. I will then need to enroll in a teacher preparation program, which will include 600 hours of student teaching, alongside required coursework. Simultaneously, I will also be working on courses to complete my master's while I am completing my student teaching. I will continue to need to take out student loans to pay for my education. One of the most important aspects of my life that I need to make sure that I am still putting as a priority as I work towards my academic career is making time for my family. I will also need to continue to further my education, even once my higher education degrees have been completed. According to Kaji Colin, lifelong learning is the means by which people maintain the knowledge and skills related to their professional lives. So even after obtaining my teaching credential as well as my master's degree, I will still need to seek out additional training courses related to professional development as a teacher to provide the best outcome not only for myself but for my students. Where I expect to be in 3 years, I plan to have my master's degree and credential completed. In 5 years, I plan to have my own classroom as well as an additional credential to teach special education. And in 10 years, I plan to go back to school to obtain my single subject credential in high school English. Thank you.